does 5 hours of sleep feel like more life than a perfect 8? You sit on the edge of the bed wondering if you're broken. You wake up and your alarm hasn't even finished ringing, and somehow your eyes are already open. Your body feels light. Your mind feels clear. You check the clock. 5 hours. You know it shouldn't feel this good, because there were other nights, longer nights, perfect nights when you forced yourself to sleep early. 8 hours, sometimes more, and you woke up heavier, slower, like your brain was still underwater. You sit on the edge of the bed wondering how less sleep can feel like more life. And you don't say it out loud, but part of you starts questioning everything you've been told about rest. You try to be responsible. You try to do it the right way. You put your phone down earlier. You lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, waiting to fall asleep like it's a task you need to complete. Minutes pass, then hours. Your body is still, but your mind won't clock out, replaying conversations, rewriting mistakes, planning mornings that never feel organized enough. You finally drift off, and when you wake up, you feel like you worked all night instead of resting. So when 5 hours randomly feels better, it feels confusing, almost frustrating, because it makes you wonder if you're broken, or undisciplined, or just bad at something that's supposed to be natural. But you're not lazy. You're not weak. You're caught in something quieter, something most people never notice. Comfort whispers that more time in bed means more recovery. Distraction stretches your nights without you realizing it. Routine convinces you that lying down equals resting. Delay tells you tomorrow you'll fix your schedule. Tomorrow you'll sleep properly. Tomorrow you'll figure it out. And tomorrow keeps moving. So you chase hours instead of understanding rhythm. You count sleep like it's money, believing more automatically means better. But sleep doesn't work like that. Your brain doesn't rest in a straight line. It moves in waves, deep, light, dreaming, repairing, resetting, over and over, like tides you never see. And sometimes 5 hours ends when the tide is rising, when your brain is already preparing to wake, when your body has finished a cycle it understands. You surface naturally. You feel ready. But 8 hours, sometimes 8 hours drags you out of the deepest part of that ocean. Your mind still buried. Your body still slowed. You wake up mid-repair, and it feels like someone interrupted something important. So you carry that heaviness into your morning, into your work, into conversations where you nod but don't fully process, into decisions that feel harder than they should. And slowly, you start thinking energy is random, that focus is luck, that some days you just don't have it. But here's the truth. You're not fighting sleep. You're fighting alignment. Your brain runs on timing, on patterns it built long before your responsibilities existed. And when your life drifts away from that rhythm, rest turns into negotiation. You lie down, but your mind resists. You sleep, but your brain stays alert. You wake up, but your body stays tired. Not because you failed, because something invisible keeps pulling you off beat. Comfort whispers you to stay up a little longer. Just one more video, just one more scroll, just one more distraction to soften the day. Routine normalizes exhaustion until it feels permanent. Delay tells you rest can wait. And this is where everything changes. The real problem isn't how many hours you sleep, it's the relationship you have with control. Sleep exposes it, because sleep is one of the few things you cannot force. You can only prepare for it. Discipline doesn't mean forcing yourself into bed earlier. Discipline is the quiet decision to respect the version of you that has to wake up tomorrow. It's choosing structure when nobody's watching. It's ending the day before it drains you completely. It's understanding that freedom isn't staying up as long as you want. Freedom is waking up with a mind that actually belongs to you. A clear mind is power. Energy is power. Emotional stability is power. And those don't come from squeezing more hours out of the night. They come from protecting the rhythm your brain trusts. Because when that rhythm breaks, everything feels heavier than it actually is. Simple tasks feel overwhelming. Small problems feel personal. Your patience shortens, your confidence shrinks quietly, not at once, slowly. So slowly you don't even notice it happening. Sleep loss rarely feels like collapse, it feels like erosion. And sometimes those 5-hour nights feel amazing, not because they're enough, but because for once your mind and body moved together instead of arguing. For once you woke up at the end of a cycle instead of the middle of a battle. For once your brain finished what it started, and that clarity feels powerful. But clarity can be misleading, because your body is incredibly good at pretending it's fine. Stress hormones step in, adrenaline fills the gaps. You feel sharp today, while tomorrow quietly collects the debt. Real discipline isn't chasing the feeling of one good morning. It's building a life where your mind doesn't have to recover from your habits. It's self-respect disguised as routine. It's control disguised as consistency. It's freedom disguised as limits. And most people never realize that the strongest form of freedom is waking up without fighting yourself. You don't need perfect nights. You need honest ones. Ones where your actions during the day don't sabotage your recovery at night. Because sleep is more than rest. It's where your mind organizes who you're becoming. It decides how clearly you think, how deeply you feel, how strongly you respond when life gets heavy. And every night, whether you notice or not, you are either repairing yourself or postponing it. So the question isn't why 5 hours sometimes feels better than 8. The real question is how long do you keep trusting luck to decide how you feel when you wake up? And what happens when luck stops showing up?